I always have trouble remembering what the shapes of all the different oscillators are, so I made this document that has a summary of all of the different oscillator shapes. So to get started, there is the square oscillator that just switches back and forth between two levels. Then there's the osc is the linear oscillator where it connects the two levels with a straight line. Then we have the osci, which is the S-curve oscillator, which is sort of a smooth oscillator. And then the oscsin, which has a sinusoidal shape. And there isn't very much difference between those two, but there is a slight difference. Then there's a CS. It uses sort of a semicircle shape on each half of the oscillator. And finally there's the cubic, which is again similar to the SC and the sine oscillator, but just a little bit different. The next set are asymmetric oscillators. The first of those is oscsq, which I think is a squared, x squared function or a parabola shape. Then we have osccb, which is possibly a cube-like function. I'm guessing it's related to a cube because it's CB. And then psin, which I think is sort of half of a sine wave. And then we have osccr. Now this one seems to be exponential because it's a very sharp point. And finally oscrt, which I think is a square root function. Now these asymmetric oscillators all have inverted versions of them that you get by adding the letter I to the end of the rest of the name. For instance, oscsq could be turned upside down by making it oscsqi. All of the oscillators also have harmonic versions where if you put the letter H following the letters osc, instead of the range going from 0 to 1, it'll go from -1 to 1. Interestingly, I just noticed that the harmonic version of the psin oscillator is oscHH and the inverted version of that is oscHH I. Now there are so-called smooth oscillator versions of some of the symmetric oscillators. Those are the oscillator SC, S-curve, the oscillator sine, the oscillator CS, and the linear oscillator. Now the notation is a little bit different. If you just write smooth oscillator, it will use, I believe, the SC, although I can't quite tell if it's SC or the sine. If you want the smooth version of the linear oscillator, it's smooth osclin, L-I-N. And then there is a smooth oscillator of the circular section oscillator, but there is no smooth oscillator version with the cubic function. An additional parameter is needed, and that parameter controls a flat space at the top and bottom of the oscillator. If the smoothing parameter is 0, you get a square oscillator. If the smoothing parameter is 1, it reverts to the original oscillator again, and in between 0 and 1, you get a flat surface on the top and bottom of the oscillator. Alright, let me know if you have any comments or questions, and thanks for watching.